Hey guys, Ryan here. And do you want to know how to do cool, fancy things on ziplines and things like that, like you're seeing in the background? Well, that's the whole point of this video, and I'm glad you clicked on it. With that being said, we're pretty much going to get right into it, and the first tip we're going to talk about are going to be the zipline mechanics. Let's focus on the background clip and how it looks to normally take a zipline up. And what happens is at the very end, you have this annoying animation where you have to clip yourself off the zipline. Well, you can avoid that extremely easy by hitting just your jump button right before you get to the very top. That's it, guys. I am not kidding. If you want to do this crazy fancy tech, all you have to do is just hit the jump button. And you can do a ton of different variations. There's the side launch like I just did there. I'll show you a couple example clips later on. You can do the little mantle hop like I do here. This is something I love to do because I think it's one of the absolutely best moving things you can do. You can also do what you saw in the original clip where I kind of flew up. But what you want to avoid is just getting on the zip line normally. Now, as I said before, at any point when you're on the zip line, if you just hit the jump button, it's going to cancel. But what you really want to do is right when it feels like your head is about to hit the top of the zip line, hit the jump button, and that's all you need to do. The core part is going to be timing. One of my favorite ways to use it is to do this little hop up you're going to see here. Right at the top, right before you do the animation, if you hit the jump button, you can just smoothly glide on up. You won't even have to mantle. It looks cool. It's awesome to do. You avoid the whole zipline animation. And the other best part about it, in my opinion, is it's extremely easy to do. Well, in terms of the mechanical skill required, all you're doing is hitting the jump button with correct timing. Now that's going to be the tough part because based on your server's ping, how bad your internet is at that day, and just your overall muscle memory, that's what you're going to have to learn. That's going to be the tough part. That's where it's going to take some time. That's where it's going to take more skill. But if you go into a plunder game and just practice hitting the jump button, it'll just take like 5-10 minutes to get the overall feel and the timing of it. Just make sure you're hitting the jump button right before you get to the top, and you can mess around because based on how close and the exact timing, you're going to get a couple different results. But with that being said, we're going to move into the second tip in this video, and that's going to be the power of snaking. First things first, what is snaking? Well, let me show you. So what it is, it's when you go behind cover and you're going to hit the crouch lay down button, then you're going to hit the sprint button before you lay down all the way, and this is what it looks like. And it is extremely broken. You might underestimate how broken this is, but when I show you what it looks like on your enemy screen, when you think about it in terms of a Warzone sense, what it allows in terms of plating, in terms of making space for yourself, in terms of getting intel, it's just ludicrous. Now, this is something that's going to take a little bit. It's not easy to do. It does take a little bit of skill to learn, but once you learn it, oh my God, it's broken. So what you want to do is you need to hit your sprint button manually. You're going to hit the lay down button. You do not hit the crouch button to stand up. You're going to hit the button to lay down, and then you hit your sprint button to stand up, and you're going to find a rhythm. And this is what it's going to look like on your enemy screen. If you're doing it properly, and this is after it's already been nerfed in the game, this is what it looks like. That is insanely broken, guys. I don't care what you say. I don't care who you are. If you learn the power of snaking, you're going to have a massive advantage over your opponents. There are two key things to note here, guys. If you're running automatic tactical sprint, you need to still manually press down the sprint button. That is the only way you're going to get this to work. The second thing is there is a certain timing you really want to find. If you can cancel the prone animation when you're about halfway, 60% through, it's going to make the rhythm and the feel of the snaking a lot better. And lastly, you can snake and play in Warzone at the same time, and you should 100% take advantage of this. Now, I'm not saying you should just go around abusing snaking, because I do think it's actually a quote-unquote broken movement mechanic that should be removed from Call of Duty, but it's just part of the game, and it's something you should know. So this is going to take us into the third topic, and this is movement combos. Now, overall in Warzone, movement can be broken into multiple different types. You have your slide cancels, you have jump shots and drop shots, you have snaking, you have the whole zipline thing I talked about. And what I'm about to say is going to sound corny, but the true power of movement is never going to be fully unlocked and utilized unless you learn to combo all of this together. Learning how to use things like snaking in combos with things like jump shots and drop shots, and learning how to utilize cover and all these fancy things but more importantly, knowing when to use them is going to be the difference between you and these random scrubs who have no movement capabilities. And this is what's going to separate you and give you advantage in gunfights. And that's the whole point of watching a video like this. Now, once again, I'm going to talk about this in almost every single video, but you guys need to be patient with yourself. You need to learn how movement works. You need to allow yourself to actually learn this movement, because it's not easy. All of this just takes muscle memory. It takes a lot of practice. You need to give yourself the actual ability to learn all of this, because if you just expect to hop on and be able to do all of this after watching one 6 to 8 minute video, well, that's not how it works. It's going to take some practice. It's going to take you spending 5 to 10 minutes to even learn it in the first place. And then you're not going to be able to do it instantly. You're going to be a little clunky sometimes. But once you start to learn how to execute it, well, you're going to have a ton more success. You're going to start noticing the results. And you're going to start noticing yourself absolutely destroying kids with your movement once you just start becoming patient with yourself and focusing on the long-term growth. Anyways, guys, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I am going to be going on vacation to Japan for the next 3-4 weeks. And I just want to say the videos will still be releasing. But after I get back in March, we'll just expect a whole nother level of content. Thank you guys so much. It's been Ryan. I hope you have a good day. Peace.